What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I've won here by Brandon Tatum and Joy Reid gets destroyed about lying about history about the 4th of July. Here we go. Let's get into this video.
But black people that nobody black I know is really excited about the 4th of July because it is what Frederick Douglass said it is. It is the celebration of slaveholders who freed themselves from having to pay taxes to the crown for their slave empire.
Black people who do this and believe this will never succeed, and their kids will never be anything in America. You're gonna get left behind. You still playing slave master and slave, and people doing AI, and they rich, and they going off and leaving you somewhere. Y'all gonna be victimhood is not gonna last long. Go to tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com. Go get you some merch. We got some 250 merch too. Y'all go there, check it out. And this is in honor of the baseball players and everybody that want to stand up for what's right biblically. And that we did these two hats. Shout out to John Root, because the black hat is the one he came up with. So if you support that and you when you want to go get one of those Genesis hats, just put Root in and you'll get 15% off. That's just the Genesis hat. Me and him partnered on that one. So put Root in. It'll give him credit for the hat. He came up with the hat. And it's a killer hat. I'm gonna send these to some baseball players. But if you want to get it, it's on the store right now, ready and available. If you don't know what Romans 1:27 is, if they put Romans 1:27 on that hat, then people would be crying in the middle of the street. But this cross-eyed, bald head, bad perm having, eyelashes look trashy, built like a Mr. Potato Head. Let her say what she got to say.
And with apologies to my dear spicy white friends, because I know that.
Hold on, time out. Somebody pray for her. I'll just say that hairline is finna go to the back. I thought it was here. The hairline is mid back. Girl, cut that off. Just cut it off. Put a wig on, because your hairline is mid back. It's because you perm that stuff too much and that fell out. Mid back. Girl got a haircut like a daddy. Play a clip.
That my white brothers and sisters do love a 4th of July. It is Independence Day. Everybody's barbecuing. It's a thing. I can promise you, black folks, we will take that day off. We will barbecue because we off. But black people that nobody black I know is really excited about the 4th of July because it is what Frederick Douglass said it is. It is the celebration of slaveholders who freed themselves from having to pay taxes to the crown for their slave empire. And that is what it is. I mean, if we're just being perfectly honest, whether you read the 1619 Project or not, you just have to understand that for black people, particularly for African Americans, there's a duality to 4th of July that is hard to reconcile if you think about it too much. It's like indigenous people on Thanksgiving. Like they're like, yeah, but y'all are celebrating that, but this is actually our Nakba. Okay, you're celebrating the destruction of all of our lands, and y'all think all we did was give you corn. So they're like, it's not cute to us, but so y'all go ahead and celebrate your Thanksgiving. We're not giving thanks, okay? And the black people feel that way about 4th of July. Whereas Juneteenth, to me, is the real thing that 4th of July is, because we really were not a democracy until we ended slavery.
Right.
And then we were really not a democracy until the people who lost the Civil War were finally forced to affirm and act upon the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments, which they were not forced to do until the 60s.
By the way, late.
And Juneteenth is the perfect crystallization of the reality of America. It's that the South and the Southern white slaveholders in Texas refused to give up slavery, just as America was fighting giving up slavery.
What the heck are you talking about? I'm already having a headache listening to you, Joy. Jesus. And wait a minute. You're married to a white guy, right? You live in a white neighborhood, right? Last time I checked. Okay, all right.
Tooth and nail, they didn't want to give it up. Even Lincoln didn't care if there was slavery continuing as long as people didn't rebel.
I want to take my These people are so stupid, it's crazy. Do you know how dumb you got to be to say the things she said? That perm got to be getting her head. First of all, Frederick Douglass did not mention what he said about the 4th of July in perpetuity. Frederick Douglass mentioned that at the time that he was alive, they were not standing on the principles that they claimed. That has since passed hundreds of years ago. And then let's get to some more finite details. I don't know a black person that celebrates Juneteenth. Show me some black people cooking on Juneteenth and doing a celebration. Man, Juneteenth became a holiday like 3 years ago. Man, ain't no black person celebrating no Juneteenth. And then this fool, because she don't study and she don't do any research and she don't have nothing up here but perm residue. Juneteenth wasn't the last of black people who were enslaved.
Yeah.
The Choctaw Indians still own black people for a whole year after that. But they don't want to tell you that the natives had slaves because they wanted to be about white folks. The native had their slaves and refused to give up their slaves for a whole year after Juneteenth. And Juneteenth wasn't because the white man didn't want to give up their slaves. It was the white man informing the other white man that these people were free. It wasn't that they didn't want to get rid of them. They'd act like we were on the internet. Hey, I just want to make an announcement. Check your Facebook account that the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and everybody free. I just want y'all to know that. Hashtag we free. How they gonna know that the Emancipation Proclamation was signed? They had to go and physically tell these people. There had to be evidence that this is a legitimate thing, that these people are free. And what did they do? They let them free. All right. God, these people are stupid. Even stupider is this. Roll the clip. They were that fat back in. Okay, I'm just saying. Y'all portraying slaves. They wasn't fat like you. You eating good. Slaves wasn't eating like that. I'm just throwing that. So y'all want to play the game, then won't you look like a real slave? All right, let me say this real quick, in all honesty. Black people who do this and believe this will never succeed, and their kids will never be anything in America. You're gonna get left behind. You still playing slave master and slave, and people are doing AI, and they rich, and they going off and leaving you somewhere. Y'all gonna be victimhood is not gonna last long. And let me just say this. I want y'all to understand this. When you see black people today talking about slavery, when you see them referring to their ancestors and they're showing people in chains, these people are stupid. They jump over 100 years of history of black history to go back to slavery. They got to jump over all this black success that happened post-slavery to go back to slavery. They got to jump past George Washington Carver, Booker T. Washington, Frederick Douglass, you name it. Madam C.J. Walker, the first female millionaire out of any race. They got to jump past all the inventions, Black Wall Street, Harlem. They got to jump past all that to get to slavery.
Yep, and this is just the victim mentality, or sometimes it's sad. Some of them still have that slave mentality, like, I'm still oppressed. I'm still in chains. I'm still in this crap. I'm still dealing with all of this. It just never freaking ends. And yeah, I mean, come on, really?
Because they don't have nothing to go off of. They got to jump past today. 70% of women having these kids out of wedlock. You got to jump back to. They got to jump over the time where black people were 70% in a two-parent household.
Mm-hmm.
They got to jump past all that black success. Black people having their own schools, their own university, Tuskegee University. They got to jump past all of that to go back to slavery. Why is that? Why don't black people talk about black success post-slavery? Langston Hughes, all the black poets, Paul Laurence Dunbar. You go down the list. My school was named after Paul Laurence Dunbar. And the people that go to that school probably don't even know. Like black people did so many wonderful, great things. Music, performance, all of these black success stories that they came from slavery. And they had a better life than y'all Negroes today. They were doing better than y'all are. They were marrying the women that they were sleeping with more than you are today. And they came out of slavery. You know what happened, y'all? And I want you to take this to heart. The black folks had a window of opportunity that they squandered. And they're gonna forever be bitter and gonna forever be taken advantage of by hood winking pimps that pimp us out every single year, every single political cycle. We're never gonna get this period back. This is a period where Asian people had their period and they turned it into success. Jewish people had their period of time and they had made it into success. Immigrants that come over here that are black, that come over here from Nigeria and some of these other places, their window of success, they took advantage of it. That's why they're doing better than you Negroes here in America. You don't appreciate America. But the Africans who come over here, they love this country and they do better than you. They're more educated than you. They're married more than you. They have less abortions than you. They believe in faith more than you do.
Yeah, and I even recall meeting Africans in the States. They at least have like a master's or a PhD. I've never met an African that didn't at least have that accolade. And even some of the Nigerians that I met, and I'm like, what are you doing working with us? He goes, well, I'm just trying to improve. And I'm like, wait a minute, you have 5 businesses and you're successful. Yep. And then your kids already got scholarships for, sports. You could actually pay for that. He goes, yep, but hey, they earned it. They got it. They're in. I'm like, okay, there you go. Smart way to do it. Yep. There's one Nigerian I knew.
Y'all are the fools that got tricked by Martin Luther King and all these other communists. And now look at you. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at white people. They tried to help y'all. Y'all don't want no help. They tried to be nice to you. Come on in here. Let us give you rights to freedom from slavery, citizenship, and the right to vote. Come on, the Republicans. And what Democrats didn't support it. Republicans unanimously voted for the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. And what things did the Republicans, and the first blacks were Republicans. The first black politicians were all Republicans. What did you dirty foot do? Y'all got tricked by these hoodwinking black pastors, and they got y'all over here voting for Democrats for 200 years. Y'all still voting for them, and they ain't done nothing for you. But your community getting worse. You still complaining about everything. All your cities is going downhill. That's primarily black. Most of them are going downhill. Don't give me that. In Atlanta, they got, every black person live in Atlanta. Of course, they got something in Atlanta. But you go around the country where you see a preponderance of black people, they struggling.
Well, let's even add, who else is part of the Democrat Party? The KKK? Yep, the Deep South, the KKK.
And you know who run their cities? Democrats. The white man. All the black people that I know that are successful are all Republicans. They're successful here and here are Republicans, conservative. I went to the White House not too long ago with Donald Trump and all the other nice people. Everybody happy. Everybody ain't no pronouns and all this old stupid stuff. Everybody happy. Everybody love America. I'm gonna end it with this. And I got another super chat from Monica. Hold on a second. But somebody got mad at me because I said I am America. I'm American before I am black. And some people got mad at me for saying that. Let me just explain this real quick. What does being black mean? It's a skin color that you ignorant folk buying into this. That because your skin look like this, you're supposed to be this person. Or you got to act like this. Or you a part of all these other people. No other race do this but black people. Mm-hmm. White folk ain't saying, you know, white people be Italian, Irish. They got all kind of stuff that they are. They don't say, oh, we all the same. Man, a white person do a crime. White people ain't out here protesting. That person wrong. But somehow we all got to be the same.
Yep, especially we're dealing with this Carmelo Anthony thing. Jesus, I'm like, what? And we're not going to get into that, but yeah, that's an example right there. And same thing, with the Rick Chow, they're like going, oh, we're going to boycott all the Asian business, call them and not pick up our orders. Yep. Now you're going to see where credit card orders are going to start like come and say, hey, could you pay first by card and then come pick up your order? I can see that happening. And probably I wouldn't be surprised if it's happening.
Y'all, listen, man. Y'all on y'all own now, man. You ain't black. You don't like your own people. I ain't got nothing. My people are people that believe in Christ Jesus. How y'all not gonna get that? If you believe in Christ Jesus, you my people. I don't care what color you are. We all brothers and sisters in Christ. But y'all knuckleheads still talking about somebody's skin color.
All right. Yep. So shout out to Brandon Tatum. And yep. And there we go. Joy Reid with all her narrative. And she lives right next to, yep. Who? White people. It doesn't live in the ghetto or the hood. But okay. Wants to placate that game. All right. It gets her whatever. All right. So if any of you enjoyed this content, please give me the HKO special help. The king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.